Good morning, student. In engineering physics, the unit 5, now we are going to see. The unit 5 is the crystal physics. In this unit 5, what are the topic we are going to cover means, if you look at the first thing we are going to discuss, the single crystalline solid, polycrystalline solid and amorphous material. What are the difference between these three kind of material? That is the thing we are going to discuss. The next one, the single crystals. How you can define the single crystal? That is the thing. Here we are going to see. In this single crystal, what is the unit cell? Then the crystal system based on the single crystal, then Bravis lattice, then the directions and the planes in a crystal. So these are the topics. Then one more thing is the Miller indices. These are the topic we are going to discuss in the single crystal system. Once if you know the unit cell, we can define what is a crystal system, different kind of crystal system. Based on the crystal system, we can subcategorize the crystal system into Bravis lattice. If you know the Bravis lattice, we know how to define the directions as well as the planes in the crystal systems. To define the direction and the planes in the crystal system, we are using the Miller indices. These are the five topics we are going to look at in the single crystals. The next thing, the interplanar distance, we are going to derive mathematically how you can calculate the distance between the two plane under this topic. Then next thing, the coordination number, packing factor. What do you mean by the coordination number? What do you mean by the packing factors? This is the thing we are going to discuss. So the coordination number and then packing factor definition, if you know, then we can define the packing factor for the any crystal system. So the packing factor as well as the coordination number for the simple cubic, body center cubic, face center cubic, HCP means hexagonal closed packed structure and diamond structure. We are going to evaluate for this kind of structure what is the coordination number and then packing factor. So this is a thing we will discuss under the coordination number and then packing factor. Then next, the main important topic, once if you have all the knowledge about the crystal systems, then coordination number, packing factor, we have now enough stuff about the ideal crystal system. But in the non-ideal case, if you look at in the realistic case, non-ideal means in the realistic case, if you are making the crystal system in factories or in manufacturing engineering, then we haven't defects. So the next topic we are going to cover in the crystal physics is the crystal imperfections. This is the thing we are going to cover. In the crystal imperfection, under the crystal imperfection, we are going to look at first thing is point defect. What is a point defect? Then the line defects. Then the third one is the Burger vectors. The fourth one is the stacking faults. These are the four major thing we are going to cover under the crystal imperfections. Once if you know what is the role of this imperfection, so that is the thing we will discuss. After that, the role of imperfection in the plastic deformation. Based on the first topic, we have covered the elasticity, the first unit. In the fifth unit, we have studied about the crystal in the internal structure of the solids. Once if you have, then we have to know what is the role of this imperfection in the plastic deformation. That is a thing we will discuss under this topic. So after that, once we know, but we don't know how to create the crystal system. So growth of a single crystal, that is the thing we are going to cover here. How we can grow the single crystal, because ideally we can speak, we can put the point, we can study, we can draw the line, or we can draw the planes, then we can study everything about the crystal system. In the ideal case, it will be simple, just a mathematics or by theory. But in the realistic case, the difficult part of this crystal physics is the growth of a single crystal system. Even if you are growing, that is difficult, but study is not difficult. That is the thing we are going to study here. In this growth of the single crystals, there are two types. The first one is the solution growth technique. This is a thing we will discuss. Then the next technique we are going to discuss the melt growth. So these are the topic we are going to cover in this unit 5 crystal physics.